Hello guys, I just want to say sorry that I was a bit inactive for the past week because I was a bit busy. I was working basically the whole week and had stuff to do as well, so I didn't actually have time to make a video. But I'm gonna try to make as much videos as I can this week so I can just schedule to upload every day, or at least 3 videos this week. I'm very busy as well, so sorry about that, but hopefully we can get back to work. So basically, why you should learn Python. Python is one of the easiest, best programming languages in the world. It should basically, within a couple hours, you should be able to write basic programs, no matter how good you are with programming. There's millions of YouTube tutorials online. It's very easy, simple. The syntax error, so like if you get a problem, for example, you wrote something wrong, it will basically, Visual Studio Code will show you what you've done wrong, and it should be basically a minute to fix something. There's millions of like packages. I'll show you in a minute what I mean packages. There's millions of tutorials for free. Don't pay for anything. There's millions of tutorials as well. And by the way, to learn Python, to learn basically any programming language, you shouldn't be on YouTube. You should be doing programming, because that's how we learn. That's how I learned programming. I can program in about 4 different programming languages. And the only way to learn is basically by just writing programs. You can't learn from YouTube. You need to know how to program. You need to know this sort of programmer thinking mindset, this sort of basically knowledge of programming. You can't just watch a YouTube channel for a whole day and then, okay, I know how to do this, because you'll forget within the next hour, and then you're just gonna have to learn again, right? So don't sell on YouTube. Sell on YouTube if you need help, but don't sell on YouTube all day. Just program by yourself. Use Google. There's millions of people online, as I said. There's millions of tutorials. Don't sit on don't sit on YouTube all day. Just sit on Google, research, write program, research, upload on GitHub, ask people to review it, ask your friends to review it, and they'll give you advice, and then that's how you become a successful programmer. Now, in cybersecurity, why would you want to learn Python for cybersecurity? Because it's good. It will make your job easier, because if you have to move certain databases or something, you can use Python to do it for you. Or basically what my college does is when you schedule an application or file an application on the website, what they do is a program. I believe it's a Python program. Basically what it does is takes all the details from the application and it files into the database, which makes obviously easier, because instead of someone doing it manually, they can just have a program do it for them, which is 5 times easier, 5 times faster, and don't have to worry about it. Now, the main drawback of Python, it's quite slow, because Python is dependent on C++, which is another programming language. It's a bit harder. It's also good as well. I want to learn as well. I don't actually know C++, but I will learn it eventually. So, as I said, Python is very, very good for cybersecurity. You can make anything you want, any program you want. You can make a virus, you can make anything. You can make a game, you can make a skill project. A skill project that will get you a very, very good grade, like A+ or something. It's a very, very good program to learn. Now, I'm going to, on the screen right now, I'm going to show you how to get Python, how to get pip, and how to get Visual Studio Code. These things are essential for programming. So what you want to do is go on Firefox, or wherever you have. I have Firefox. As you can see, I'm just on a website. Basically what you do is just get Visual Studio. I would suggest get Python first. So you go on python.org. Now, by the way, if you have Linux, Python's already installed in Linux, so you don't have to install it. You just go on python.org, you go download the latest, make sure it's for Windows or whatever other operating system you have. As soon as you download it, I'll just show you, because I need to show you one thing to do. Just need to go download, there you go. So when you download Python, you're gonna click install. It will install. For me it's different because I already have installed. Just go. And then, by the way, when you install, just click documentation, pip install this and this. Click everything. Next, and add this, and add Python to environment variables. This is important. And also click download debug binaries. This is important for later, it'll make your life easier. As soon as you've installed this, basically, obviously, click install, right? Because I don't do it because I already have installed. I've done it before the video to make sure it works. Now, install Visual Studio Code user setup. Just click what it says. There's nothing special about that. How to install it, just click OK, OK, OK. And now, as soon as you've installed Python and Visual Studio Code, that's your setup. And before you start anything, I suggest go to CMD and write pip help, or just anything, or pip like version, I think works, or pip version. Yes, just write pip version, and it should show you a version of pip, which means you have installed. If it's the latest, it's good. I think you have a pip install upgrade pip. I think it works. Oh, sorry, maybe it's because it's not double. Maybe it is. Yeah, so basically, sorry, pip install 2 hyphens upgrade pip, and I'll upgrade to the latest pip. So now, if you go to Visual Studio Code, there's one more important thing you need to do. If you go to extensions and you write Python, now before you install anything, make sure it's the top one, Python, with 90 million installs and basically 500 ratings, and you should make sure it's verified and it's Microsoft, right? Just install. Wait, when it should take no longer than a minute to install. You'll get a wee screen. Just close it. Click File, New File, Python, and that should set up. Now, I have actually, well, it wasn't me I wrote, I just took it off the internet because it will take me too long to write it, because I'll probably make a mistake or something. Let's just trust it. It's okay, just trust it. Make sure, by the way, before you open anything, make sure you review the code. Review in something. If it's encrypted, you download off the internet, don't open it because it can harm your computer. Make sure, or open in restricted mode. I would still wouldn't open it. Open, and as you can see, there's some program, some code well, it wasn't me, as I said, it was someone on the internet. So let's just maybe change this, for example, subscribe, example, right? So import system from PyQt5 Qt widgets, import Q application Q widget. As you can, there's some program, right? I won't explain anything because it's easy, right? Application, system arguments, W widget, that's the window size, window title, it shows the window and exits the whatever that does, right? So basically what we do is just click CMD, because obviously there's a problem. So what we need to do is pip install PyQt5. Now make sure you have the right spelling, right? This is important. If it says capital P, small y, capital Q, small t, 5, you need to make sure you put the same thing in the CMD, right? You click install. You may get sometimes you may get like a virus pop-up, antivirus pop-up. It's not an actual virus. It just scans your file. If your firewall is good, that will happen. Just let it run. Make sure it's not a virus or anything, and then let it run, and it should be fine. As you can see, it says successfully installed, which means we have successfully installed the package. And now what I do usually is just close the Visual Studio Code. I nearly closed my virtual machine. Open up again, and the problem should disappear. Let's just open the file. Where's the tutorial? There we go. As you can see, the problem disappeared, right? How do you see problems? It should somewhere. Just basically start debugging, Python file, and as you can see, there's problems here, if there'll be any problems. And I should get a program as soon as it starts running. There we go, you got a wee window, right? As I told you, it's very, very slow. Now, it might be a bit slower because I'm using a virtual machine. On my actual host machine, it's quite faster than this, but yeah. If you're going to make any programs, for example, if you're going to make any ransomware, any viruses, malware, or anything like that, use a virtual machine so you don't affect your host machine. And make sure there's no shared folders if you're going to do like ransomware, right? Because ransomware will block your whole computer and it could spread to your host machine. And if it spreads to your host machine and the program is written badly, which means you can unencrypt it, you're doomed. Now, how do you give ransomware, you have to get a backup of your computer, but if you don't have a backup, you're doomed. Or if you don't have enough storage on your backup. Now, how to actually back up your computer? I suggest using a Microsoft, what is it called? Microsoft OneDrive, something like that. I can't remember what's it called. Just use Microsoft backups, right? Pay extra, I think it's like £40 a year. Pay extra, but make sure your computer's safe, right? Anyways, hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope I've taught you something. Basically, it's a very, very short video. Why Python's very good. And why you should have Python. Make sure to subscribe and leave me a comment if you have any questions, and see you in the next video.